Hey everyone, welcome back to Selva Azteca, and this is part 16. In this video we will be building the station and the entrance area around this Mack coaster, and this has been under construction for a couple of episodes, so Theme Park LB's been doing a bit of the smoothing of it. He's not fully completed it yet, so he'll be doing that a bit more the next episode, but you can see me here decorating the queue line a bit. I was almost trying to copy Icon a bit because that's got a very floral queue line. There's lots of flowers and stuff, and it's a waving, like it turns like this, the path. So that's another Mack coaster, so I thought I would do that. But then inside it's just a massive cattle pen, and I know that theme park guests really hate cattle pens because it just seems to go on forever and it's not very exciting at all, but you can see why they do them. It's the most space efficient method that there is, and if you want to make compact rides in a very tight space, then you pretty much have to do it, or there's not going to be a long enough queue path. So yeah, you can see how the station does have a very small footprint, and therefore pretty much all of the layout takes place away from this area. But you can see me doing a little bit of theming just at the entrance, and soon you will see the name of the ride. So beforehand, the name of the ride is Expedition, and I'm not sure if it might be a bit plain, but my idea was that the city dwellers go on like the first expedition away from the city. So they've lived in the city for so long and then they escape to the jungle. So that explains that. And I mean, a jeep isn't the most Aztec thing because obviously there wouldn't have been cars back then, but maybe it's an ancient city and the explorers have come back to find it, so they've inhabited it. I'm not really sure, but I just thought it looked good where it was, even if it might not be realistic to have a car back in those days. But at the end of the day, it looked good and it fits the overall theme of the park, as it is a jungle, so it's an adventure theme. So I'm just happy about that, and I don't want to think too much about making sure that it fits this Tenochtitlan theme. Tenochtitlan, of course, is the area, and that was an ancient Mayan city. So we can see now that I am putting in a little ride photos booth just at the exit of the ride. We've done this on all the coasters so far, so there'll be a point somewhere around the ride where there's a camera, and then you can come and get your photos of that. Obviously a lot of theme parks are well known to do this, so you can just see the screens going in there. And I wanted to give this building quite a temporary feel, so you can see that there's lots of doors, and I've rotated them around so you see the back of them, because I do quite like to do this a lot. It gives them some nice textures, so it looks like wood that can be used for lots of things. Maybe eventually it'll become firewood or something. And now you can see me starting just a little bit to theme the first turn out of the station for the ride, and I had an idea in mind for this. I think it turned out pretty much what I wanted it to be, but I wanted it to be like very temporary, like lots of scaffolding supporting the coaster, and it's like the building, they're expanding the city out to the jungle, so they've got lots of scaffolding to build this new expansion to the city, maybe. But yeah, and there's lots of boxes that you will see going in this episode, and that's because obviously they would be packing things, all sorts of things in the boxes, whether it's food, supplies. So yeah, then they can pack them in the boxes and carry them out to the jungle. So yeah, the station will be very open again. I think open stations look a lot nicer because you don't have to put too much concentration into decorating all the walls. So the first roller coaster we built, the B&M Invert Eruption, that had an open station pretty similar to this, and you can see that the same style of roofing is going in, these tiles, and I think it does fit this tropical theme quite nicely. So yeah, you can see some beams going up to support these roofs shortly. So yeah, it just I think it looks good. It's the type of architecture that I've been doing in this park a lot, because you've got to have some consistency, but I'm using the same wall materials, I'm using some of the same patterns you might have seen somewhere around this area. There's quite a lot of these red and white roof decorations. They in fact were part of the Qing Dynasty in the World's Fair DLC, but I think that I just used it as a trim to decorate walls, and I ended up just using that as a theme for the whole area. Obviously the logo for Tenochtitlan is a red eagle, and then it's got a white background, so I'm just using those same colours, red and white. You can see what I mean right now as I'm placing them down. And then yeah, this is the side entrance to the area. Obviously there's the huge walls right at the front, and you go down a boulevard before you enter, but of course I thought that for the flow of guests it would be more realistic to have two entrances into this area, as there are three major rides. Of course, the wooden coaster, the dark ride, and then this Mack launch coaster. So yeah, there's different entrances into this. We'd also make it more accessible from the jungle themed area, which will be coming up shortly in this series, so that's what we'll be doing after this. Now yeah, pretty much this video does absolutely finish Tenochtitlan. We've been thinking that we've done it for a couple of episodes, and we're like, right, well, we won't add any more to it, but I feel like there's just, we've looked at it and it doesn't look complete, so I've decided to build this Mack coaster as part of the Tenochtitlan area, because then there's walls both sides of the path which make the area look more full, and in the end I think it looks quite nice. You can now see me putting some more wooden panels to make this area around the ride look good. It took me quite a while to do this. I did it in steps because it was quite hard to get inspiration to do this, but it does look very messy at this point, and at the end it also looks messy, but I think after putting a lot of crates and boxes in, it really helps, and it makes it look the way I was trying to make it look. So it does look very temporary structure with lots of scaffolding holding it up, and then soon you'll see the boxes going in around this, and I think I'm quite happy with it. You can just see a couple of supports going in onto this launch track. Of course this will be a rolling launch, so you won't stop, and it won't be a very fast launch at all. Similar to Cheetah Hunt, I did say that I was inspired from Cheetah Hunt to make this quite a lot, and of course that has a very slow launch out of the station to start with, and obviously it's not straight out the station because it turns at first, but yeah, then it'll weave to the left over a twisted airtime hill, but it'll navigate that very slowly. You may get a bit of floater airtime, but it's more for the visual effect of it. I think it'll look really nice having that sweeping over, because it'll go over the water, since there's this river ride also in the jungle area, and then it goes over the brake run of the ride, so that could offer some train interactions, which I think will look really good. But yeah, now the boxes are going in this area, and you're starting to see how it is coming together, and I think it looks quite good. So now for a slight change in topic, my YouTube channel, and I want to say thank you for all the support that you guys are giving. Obviously we're in lockdown because of coronavirus. I mean, it's not very nice to talk about it. Quite a lot of people do want to just forget about it, so I won't talk about it very much, but obviously I'm not getting any chances to go to theme parks, just like nobody else will be. So the content on my channel will be pretty much restricted to Planet Coaster. I might make a couple of those list videos, but I feel like you guys enjoy the Planet Coaster videos more, so I think I'm going to focus on doing that. And you can see that I started another series recently, Beartooth Hill Bike Park, so that's fairly different to what you normally see in this game. Instead of building a theme park, I'm building basically a national park with bike trails, and because I'm not too good at building coasters, it allows me to just use other tools in the game and not the coaster building tool. But I just wanted to say thank you for everyone's support on that, because I was really thrilled with how well that video did, the first episode. So shortly, probably within 3 or 4 days from this, there will be part 2 of that series. And yeah, I'm just loving playing this game at the moment. It's really enjoyable. But yeah, back to what I am building. You can see some tyres and jerry cans, some random instruments going in to just finish off that area, and I think I'm quite happy with it. Yeah, so there's lighting now. We've not really done very much lighting in this area. I did do it a while back in the series for the whole park, but yeah, I just need to catch up on the lighting, and I think it looks quite good. I usually just merge them into the ground, because sometimes if you have actual lampposts, it can look out of place, especially if you are trying to theme it to something. But we are now approaching the end of the video, and I just want to say thank you to all the support. I've already said that before, but yeah, remember to check out Theme Park LB for part 17. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.